are discussing about GATE 1997 ECE paper. This is one more question related to electronics. For a mass capacitor fabricated on a p-type semiconductor, strong inversion occurs when A. Surface potential is equal to Fermi potential, B. Surface potential is 0, C. Surface potential is negative and equal to Fermi potential in magnitude, surface potential is positive and equal to twice the Fermi potential. Correct option for this one is D. Surface potential is positive and is equal to twice the Fermi potential. Okay, we see the details now. For the p-type semiconductor mass capacitor, so this is p-type semiconductor and mass capacitor using that one. So mass capacitor is nothing but it's going to be a parallel plate capacitor. One is forming with polysilicon, that is nothing but gate material is acting as one plate, and the other plate is nothing but p-type substrate, and in between gate oxide, that is nothing but thin silicon dioxide, which act as dielectric. So previous days gate is made up of, that is at the time of invention and afterwards also, initially the gate is fabricated in the form of fabricated with aluminum. Aluminum is a metal, so that initially it is given as M. M implies nothing but metal. Aluminum is a metal, and O is nothing but oxide layer, and substrate is of semiconductor. Okay, so both all these three things, MOS, mass, metal, oxide, semiconductor, the name has come like that in that way. And after that one, aluminum has disadvantage of it has low melting point, so it cannot be used for the higher temperatures. As the processing technology is going to be increases, okay, the dimensions are going to be decreasing and the processing has to be taken place at higher temperatures. By that time aluminum is replaced with polysilicon. Okay, now based on the voltage what you are applying across gate voltage, okay, and this mass capacitor may be in different regions. If the gate voltage is going to be, let us assume, if you are applying gate voltage is of negative nature at that time, the holes from this one p-type semiconductor, if you apply gate voltage as negative, holes from this p-type are going to be attracted towards gate oxide, that is towards this Vg, but they cannot go towards gate as gate oxide is acting as dielectric material. So all the holes are going to be accumulated near the near this silicon dioxide, that is nothing but gate oxide layer, near this one. So the density of holes is going to be increases near the silicon dioxide interface. This is called as silicon dioxide interface. This portion, this one is called as silicon dioxide interface. Okay, over that one the positive charges are going to be increases. Already what we are using is Vg is negative. Previously the region consisting of holes, now we are getting more number of holes, that is it is called as accumulation mode. And if Vg is going to be applied as positive voltage, that is small positive voltage, by that time small positive voltage is nothing but it can attract only small number of holes, those small number of electrons. Whenever small number of electrons are attracted from the p-type substrate, electrons in p-type substrate is nothing but simply minority carriers in the p-type substrate, they will be attracted and towards gate oxide sides, and whenever they are attracted, the electrons are going to be combining with the holes present over the silicon dioxide layer. We know that one, a p-type is going to be represented in this way, a negative ion along with hole. This is a p-type semiconductor representation where it is neutral, but that is nothing but over this place what you will get is nothing but this type of region, minus with hole, minus with hole, like this you will get. So whenever this is, if you are not applying any voltage, by that time this is a situation you will get. But when you apply a small positive voltage at that time, electrons which are minority carriers in N side and p-type semiconductor, they are attracting towards gate side. As they are attracting towards gate side, they will recombine with the holes present over here. By that time, what you will get is nothing but only minus, that is negative ions are going to be, you are getting over this place. So only negative ions are going to be getting. This negative ions is nothing but called as depletion region. So you will get depletion region, and this mode is going to be called as depletion mode. And if you apply Vg is large positive voltage, by that time after forming the depletion region, and it can again attract the more number of electrons as you are applying more positive voltage. Now the electrons are going to be formed at the silicon dioxide layer above the depletion region. So this is going to be called as strong inversion region. Strong inversion region. Strong inversion region is nothing but Vg should be greater than Vt. This is strong inversion region. If Vg is approximately or it is slightly lesser than Vt, by that time it is called as weak threshold region, weak inversion region. Okay. So let us assume you are getting a inversion layer, that is nothing but you are getting a channel of N type whenever Vt is 1 volt. If you are applying 0.98 volts at that time, will the channel form? The channel formed, but it is not complete. By that time, that is called as weak inversion region, or it is also called as subthreshold region. Subthreshold, that is nothing but we are applying the voltage lesser than the threshold, so it is called as subthreshold region. Okay, but the question is asking about the strong inversion region where Vg is greater than Vt. Vt is nothing but threshold voltage, which is the minimum amount of gate to source voltage. Vt is the minimum amount of gate to source voltage that is required to form the inversion layer, that is nothing but to form the channel, so that drain current flows whenever drain to source voltage is applied, that is ID flows when VDS is applied. So that is what the definition of threshold voltage. Now we will see, okay, how a threshold voltage is going to be written, and what happens, the relation between surface potential and threshold voltage, strong inversion region. So now if Vg is smaller than Vt, by that time, as we told, there is a depletion region formed. This is a depletion region where you are getting negative ions. Okay, they are called as ionized acceptors. The width of depletion region is xd. Okay, and next, if you are applying more and more voltage, that is strong inversion region, Vg greater than Vt, which is nothing but strong inversion region. Strong inversion region. In strong inversion region, the electrons are going to be getting, so that inversion layer is formed just below this silicon dioxide layer. So there are different types of potentials are there. To overcome, first of all we have to overcome that one, then we have to apply a sufficient amount of voltage to get an inversion layer. So first of all, if you observe, this is polysilicon. Okay, this is polysilicon and it is silicon dioxide. Both will be having the different Fermi potentials, so that there is a voltage potential difference across this polysilicon and substrate, that is indicated as pi ms. Pi ms is nothing but, okay, potential difference at metal and surface potential, that is pi m is nothing but potential at polysilicon. Even though it is polysilicon, we are using the same notation as mass m. Pi m is nothing but which is related to the polysilicon. Next, minus pi s. Pi s is nothing but surface potential. So this is initially you will have this much potential across this one, and second one, as you are applying, there will be definitely some bulk charge is going to be getting, that is depletion charge QB. So the other voltage what you will get is nothing but QB by COX. This is the another potential what we get in the process of applying positive voltage. And the other is nothing but again this negative electrons. This is going to be created as Qn, or it is indicated as QSS. So one more is nothing but QSS by COX. This is one more charge. We have to apply the gate voltage to overcome all these potentials. So this is first potential is difference in potential between polysilicon and substrate, and second one is nothing but in the process as you are applying you will get depletion region, so you have to overcome that one. For that one you must apply some extra voltage QB by COX. And next after that one, if you want to get in negative electrons, it has to be attracted at that time, that has to be QSS by COX. So to get the inversion region, that is final inversion region, strong inversion layer, by that time the surface potential is nothing but potential at this surface, that is pi s. This pi s has to be equal to 2 times of Fermi potential. Okay, so Vt can be written as pi ms minus QSS by COX minus QB by COX, okay, plus 2 times of pi f. This is what the threshold voltage you must apply for a p-type semiconductor mass capacitor, and these three things are going to be to overcome the charges, and this one is going to be used to get the inversion layer, strong inversion layer. So that to get strong inversion layer, surface potential pi s is nothing but surface potential must be positive and it must be twice the Fermi potential. So the right answer is D for us. Okay, so for a mass capacitor fabricated on p-type semiconductor, strong inversion occurs when surface potential is positive and equal to twice the Fermi potential. Thank you.